Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, the weekly podcast devoted to all things spirituality and self-improvement. I am so delighted you're here with me today. Today, I am going to be talking about morning intentions and how to create a beautiful day when the world around you seems chaotic and it feels like everything is just falling apart. I know the energies have been super heavy lately. I keep doing readings recently for YouTube and TikTok where the message that's coming out is that everyone feels like they're stuck in this holding pattern. And they may be seeing some of their manifestations slowly trickling in, but not much is happening. And it feels like a place of stagnancy, which can be super frustrating. And I totally understand because I am right there with you. I am in a place where I know something big is about to happen, but I'm not seeing it in the 3D just yet. And I am a person who has had to work on my patience for my whole life. I am not a person who comes by that naturally. And I am so very proud of how far I've come because I used to get so upset over the smallest things. And I don't do that anymore. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. I have my days. But I try to keep my mindset in check so that when things come up that bother me, I don't blow up the way that I used to. And that's a really good thing, especially being, a teacher in the classroom. You definitely don't want to do that. So I thought today what I would share with you are some ways, some things you can do, some tools you can use, and some ways to really set your intentions every day so that you're having a good day. And even when things start to go wrong, which they will because it's life and we can't control every little thing that happens to us, there's absolutely only one thing we can really control, and that is our reaction to what happens. We can control that. We can't control the weather. We can't control what people say to us or do to us, but we can control how we react to it. I've been given lessons over and over these past few weeks about making sure that my mindset is right and that I am controlling my thoughts, because if you're like me, mine tend to just race all over the place if I am not paying attention to them. I have a very active imagination and I like to imagine all kinds of things that will probably never happen in life. And it can be used for a good if you know how to control that and harness it for good. But it can also cause you to put yourself in a mental prison if you're just allowing it to run wild and it's racing and you can't sleep and you're causing yourself anxiety. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of setting your intention each and every day. What are some tools you can use, especially when life starts to go a little bit wonky, which it does, and it will. And how can you get yourself back to that place? I have had Abraham Hicks showing up nonstop on my feed lately, and I think the universe is trying to get my attention. And so what I thought I would do is share with you some of the things that really stood out to me. Number one, we are creating our reality with our thoughts. I think you know that. Everybody knows that. But what does that actually mean? How does that apply to us in our daily lives? Well, what it says is what we put out to the universe and how we're feeling is what we're going to attract. So if you're not feeling particularly well, we kind of attract more of that. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, great. So I feel like crap. How do I get myself out of this funk? How do I create a better reality for myself right now? And I'm glad that you asked that. Here's some things that I've learned this week from personal experiences and also just from listening to people that I admire and who are mentors to me who keep showing up in my feed. And I know it's not for no reason. I know the universe is putting them there on purpose, just like you're probably receiving this message on purpose today too. The universe is saying to you, hey, you need to listen to this. So one of the people that ran across my feed this week is also Louise Hay. And I know she passed away already, but her teachings are still around and she's still very much an inspiration. So she had a saying, she said, whenever something would happen that I didn't want, whenever a crisis would happen. I used to go, oh, panic, panic, panic. She said, now I stop what I'm doing and I take a breath and I say to myself, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this experience, only good will come and I am safe. And she says, if it's something big that happens, she just keeps muttering that over and over and over to herself. She says, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this experience, only good will come and I am safe. And I think that is so important. It does two things. Number one, when you're in that panic mode, I talk about this all the time. Your amygdala is overreacting. It's overstimulated. And you cannot think logically. And often we react not in a good way when our emotions are getting the best of us. What that does is two things. It, number one, allows us to calm down and take a breath. It allows us to soothe our own nervous system because, again, we're in that fight or flight. We're like, some of us is freeze. We have fight, flight, or freeze. So for some of us, we just freeze and we can't do anything, which is just as bad as the other two. It really is. It can be just as overwhelming and detrimental to us if we don't do anything. Because in some situations, you need to act. But if you can't do anything because you're so in this panic state, that's not good either. So we need to calm down our central nervous system. So number one, it does that. Number two, it allows time and space for the universe to come in and help us. We are not walking around here alone. I know some of you may feel like you are, and I get that. I am currently an empty nester. My son just moved out. My daughter lives in Colorado, and it's me and my two dogs. It can feel sometimes like I'm all alone, but I know I'm not truly alone, and you aren't either. We have our spirit guides, our angels, an entire spiritual team who came here with us to help us through this challenge, this school we call life. Most of us forget that. So we try to do everything ourselves. And then we panic and all these things happen. And that's why I wanted to tell you a story about something that happened to me this week that opened my eyes to the fact that when I actually decide to work with the universe and not against the universe or not try to do everything myself, things work out so much better. This week, it's drawing to the close of the pay cycle. So we'll get paid this week, but I've had so many expenses come up. And I've told you before that the limiting beliefs surrounding money is a true thing I've had to fight and had to try to heal. It's just something growing up with a single mom who always had to worry about, where was the next thing coming from, even though we never went without. So I don't think it was as big of an issue as it really was. I think my mom just panicked and had this also instilled in her. But we had this, because my grandma lived through the Great Depression. So we had this mindset that things were hard to come by, right? There was lack, that there was struggle, and that money was always going to be a struggle. And that's the mindset that I grew up with. So it came very naturally and easily to me that when I became a single mom, of course, panic, all that, right, took over. And all of the conditioning that I learned from growing up just naturally was hardwired, and I just went right along with it. And so things became very difficult. So that's been something that I know that I have, and I know that I've been working on and trying to get rid of are the limiting beliefs and that unconscious programming that I've had for so long. And I've made huge strides in that area. But every now and then I get tested. And I know the universe is coming through to say, hey, have you worked on this yet? Is this, are you still panicking when things come up? And I hate to say this, but yes, sometimes I still do. It's taking me a lot less time to get over that. But just as Louise Hay said, I would have a situation come in and it would be panic, panic, panic. And that's sort of what happened this week. Again, looking back on it now, I think, well, it really wasn't even an issue, but I made it out to be a bigger issue because that panic took over. So I had to help my son out with his first month's rent. They threw this moving out on him, his landlord and his roommate, after we had just gone on vacation. And so he hadn't worked the full 2 weeks like he would normally have. So he was short a little bit. And I didn't mind helping him, but that came up. And then some other things, like a lot of bills came up all at the same time. And not just bills, but they were like twice as high as they normally are. And I wasn't being overcharged or anything like that. Our phone bill was higher because I had been to Europe this summer and I had that international plan. It took a delay for that to show up on the bill. So that was a little bit higher. My electric bill was really high. It was huge. In the last 2 months, it's been that way. And we figured out my son got a smoker for Christmas and we realized, oh, that's apparently draws a lot of electricity. So that was why that was high. But also I had been enrolled in a solar program and I canceled it thinking I was going to be getting solar panels. That didn't work out. And so that also made the bill high. So all these things came in at once. And all of the bills coming in at once kind of panicked me. And I'm looking at my account, right? Like, oh, no, I'm not going to have anything left. This is going to be so bad. And so I spent like a day and a half thinking, what do? I could do this. I could do that. And then I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to trust that everything is working out the way it's meant to. It's all going to be fine and it will be fine. And I'm not going to worry about it. Worry's not going to do anything. And there is enough money to cover everything in there. Just, maybe we'll only have a few dollars for a day or two until I get paid again. And I'm just not going to worry about it. Well, next thing I know, I look and an unexpected payment went through from my travel agency business that I wasn't really counting on, and it was for almost $300. And that took exactly the amount that I had to pay that I wasn't planning on paying. And so it worked out perfectly. And everything was fine. In one moment, everything was fine. My point is, the panicking doesn't do anything to help you. The worrying doesn't change anything and it doesn't solve anything. I had a similar situation where my daughter, we laugh because it's always something with her car. She's always calling about something and we just know she's going to. So she called me and said, yeah, my muffler fell off, as I was driving. I was like, okay, so here's another thing we're going to have to pay for. But I said, okay, you know what? It's fine. Just go have it looked at, have it, do what you can. I can't really help you from here, but see what you can do. And she and her roommate watched a YouTube video and learned how to tie it back up again. They took it to a shop and the shop said, it's no big deal. They said, you don't have to worry about it right now. Just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And she called me and said, it's no big deal. It's fine. They said it's rusted off, but it's really not a big deal. It's like, okay. So that was one less thing. And the thing is, at that same moment, when I was starting to panic about that, I said to myself, all is well. Everything works out perfectly for me. Everything is always working out perfectly for me. And I just kept saying that. And I also said, thank you, angels and guides, for helping me and for helping in this matter. That's all I said. I let it go. And then that's what happened. My point is, we have to learn to stop whatever is happening in its tracks so that we can stop that wheel of motion. Once that, that energy picks up of the panic and the doom and the this and the that, it just picks up speed. And all we end up doing is attracting more of that. So we have to get into the habit of how we want to feel. How do I want to feel? I want to feel free. I want to feel good. I want to feel love. I want to feel happy. I want to feel joy. Instead of focusing on how you actually are feeling right now, how do you want to feel? Focus on that, because we're trying to tell the universe what we want. And if we focus on how we're feeling and it's not great, we are telling the universe what we want, but we're not wanting the way we're currently feeling. So we have to change our point of attraction. What are we attracting? It would be nice to feel joy. I would love to feel freedom. I would love to feel good. I want to feel joy. I want to feel happiness. I want to feel inner peace. I feel joy. I feel happiness. I feel inner peace. I feel free. I feel all of these things. We need to start saying what it is that we want and really focusing on the feeling of that instead of what we don't want. Because too many times we are the ones who are focusing on the wrong thing. And so we get more of the wrong thing. And it's not that the universe got our order wrong. We didn't order correctly. It's like if you were to go into a restaurant, you go into a fast food restaurant and you're thinking to yourself, I don't want a fillet of fish. And you accidentally say fillet of fish. And then they get the order wrong. And then you're mad and you ordered it. We have to change our order. What is it that you really want? And again, when those things come in and disrupt your peace, and they will, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this experience, only good will come, and I am safe. Another thing that I suggest for setting your intention for crafting a beautiful day is to make sure that when you get up in the morning, what are you listening to? When I get ready in the morning, I listen to affirmations, or I listen to an uplifting podcast. I do something that's going to put me in a better mood and that is going to improve my daily routine. Maybe you get up and you do some yoga. Maybe you get up and you go for a walk. Whatever it is that you do, be intentional about how you start your day. I created this program and it's called Love Your Life. And the reason I created this program is because I had done something similar that was called like a boot camp of some kind. I don't remember the actual name, but I took it. And every day I could not wait to start my day by getting this email that told me one thing I could do to make my life better. And I thought, this is amazing. And this is exactly what everyone needs. We need an instruction manual for how to live life, for how to get up, how to do things, because it does make a huge difference. When we just absentmindedly get up and drink our coffee and grumble, we're setting the intention that it's going to be a bad day, or at least not trying to have a good day. It's important to start your day every day intentionally. And in my Love Your Life course, that's what I do. I send you something every day to teach you how to live a vibrant, fulfilling life. And I give you topics that will elevate your physical and emotional well-being. You get tools like meditations, tappings, there are podcast episodes, journaling prompts, so much more. I teach you how to overcome your limiting beliefs and how to overcome fear and how to boost your self-love and self-worth. I teach you how to heal your past and I give you tools to actually do it. And this course is still available. And it's one of those things that if you purchase it, it's yours to keep forever. I'm not ever going to get rid of it unless legally they tell me I have to. But it's been around for years and it's still there. And I go in and I tweak it every now and then. And I just think it's a worthwhile thing to enroll in something that's going to make you feel better. And right now I am offering a special for you that if you enroll in this course, the Love Your Life course, and I'll have the link in the show notes, I'm offering a free one-on-one session with me. It's included in the price of the course. It's just a 20-minute session that you will have with me where if you're feeling stuck, if you've gone through one of the lessons and you say, you know what, I feel stuck here and I don't know how to get past that, we can meet and I can help you work through that. Or if you say, okay, I've loved it, but now maybe I just want a general reading about what's going on in my life, I can do that too. So if you enroll today, and again, the link is in the show notes, but you can also just go to my website at melissaoatman.com and you can click on the shop page. It's called Love Your Life. And I take payments as well, so you can split it up into equal payments. You'll enroll in the course, and then when you're ready, you get that free session with me. You can simply reach out to me and we'll schedule your free one-on-one session. But it is so important for you to have a routine. That's what I love about the course is because it kind of gives you something each day to do. So you're slowly setting the intention that, hey, I'm going to have a good life. I am going to create a life I love. And that's what I love about it. And when I took a course that was similar, every morning I jumped up like, okay, where's the email? I can't wait. I want to see what today's lesson is. I was so excited. But it was actually something I wanted to learn and it was useful to me. And there are things I still do every day because it was so valuable. So affirmations, that's another great way to start your day. Sometimes, and I get this all the time, people will say to me, well, I just don't feel like it. No, I just don't. Yeah. Well, then you are purposefully not doing anything to change your situation. If you continue to do the same thing over and over again and you expect different results, isn't that the definition of insanity? You have to actually put a little effort into it to have this, to set this intention and have this mindset that my day is going to be amazing. One of the things I keep repeating to myself over and over again is it just keeps getting better and better. Life just gets better and better. I can't believe how good it's getting. And it's amazing to me, but things are shifting. It's not an overnight thing. So don't expect that you say this one thing, it's going to shift overnight. That's not how it works. You've spent so much time with this negative energy that the energy has to shift. Using the tools I give you in this course, you'll do it faster. But it's like yesterday, I went over to my sister's house. She invited me to go to her pool and we sat in the water and swam because we're still experiencing some nice weather here in September. And we got in the pool and we did the whole whirlpool thing. And I really like this example of it because it gives you a good visual. I ran around the pool about 10 times and then I stopped and I switched and went the other direction. And the current almost took me under, right? It was hard to run that direction. That's what happens when energetically you have spent so much time putting all this negative energy out there. You've got to reverse it. It's going to take time. And the sooner you get started on it, the better. And the faster it will happen. But it's going to take time because you've got that traction built up and now we have to reverse it. And you're going to slip and fall sometimes, right? Sometimes those waves are going to knock you over and you're going to fall because you're going to go back into that same pattern. But that's why you get up and you start over again. You say, oh, isn't that interesting? I slipped up. I'm going to start over again. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel peace. I want to feel happiness. I want to feel love. I want to feel all of these things. All is well. I am safe. All is well and I am safe. So if you're ready to stop being on that negative hamster wheel where you just go round and round and round and you don't get anywhere, enroll in my course today. You'll learn how to boost your self-love and self-worth, get rid of those limiting beliefs, learn how to communicate clearly, learn how to raise your vibration and connect more to your archangels and your spiritual team so you can call more of that abundance into your everyday life. You'll learn how to set boundaries so that you can stop saying yes to all those things that you don't want to do anymore. You can learn how to create and set intentions that are meaningful and powerful and help you reach your goals. Get off that hamster wheel. It's time. It's time. It's time to start having a beautiful day every day, no matter what's happening around you. And again, I'll hear the naysayers say, well, what if this is happening and this is happening? I get it. I'm not sitting here from a pedestal where nothing has happened to me telling you that this can happen. If you knew my whole history, your hair would turn white or fall out, or I don't know. It would be shocking. But I'm here. I'm every day trying to be a better person than I was the day before and trying to be a happier person. And that's what it's all about. And you can be exactly where I am. You can do the same thing. You can be so happy and you deserve to be so happy. All right, guys, I wanted to pull some cards for you today. And so what came out, the very first card, it's I must not fear. Fear is the basis. Fear is the ruiner of all joy, right? It is the killjoy. Fear is the thing that keeps us stuck. It keeps us from doing what we really want to do. It tells us we don't have enough, we're not good enough. It's time to let that fear go. That's one of the things that I talk about in my program too, is how to let go of that fear, because it can hold a tight grip on us. We need to let it go so we can move forward and be the happy person we were always meant to be. And another thing we have that came out today is you can do it. When life looks like a mountain that's impossible to climb, just remember how incredible you are. You have all the resources you need to see you through. You're a courageous person who has faced one challenge after another and always came bouncing back with a smile on your face. You are so much bigger than you think you are. Your buoyant spirit will win once again. Whatever it takes, you can do it. Be strong. I love that. And I want to thank each of you for being here with me today. If you are interested in my course, again, the link is in my show notes. My book, Beautiful Mourning, A Guide to Life After Loss, is now available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's also available on Spotify, audiobooks.com, and several other places. So go check that out. If you know someone who's experienced grief or you've experienced grief or loss, it's a wonderful guide to help you get back to a place of feeling hopeful. If you or someone you know has lost a loved one recently and they need help getting through the grief process, then grab them or yourself a copy of my book, Beautiful Mourning, both on audiobook and also paperback and ebook. Thank you so much for those of you who have already purchased your own copy. If you loved it, please leave a review. If you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave a positive review from wherever you're listening. And of course, the greatest compliment you can pay me is to recommend this podcast to those you think might benefit from it. You can follow me on social media. I post readings on YouTube. I also do EFT tappings and have guided meditations there as well. I'm also on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Please follow me. Let's be friends. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. I am so very thankful for each and every one of you. I hope that your day is magical. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.